Hey guys, what's up? It's Johnny here, and today I have the great pleasure of being joined with Benny, who is one of our program members who's been absolutely smashing it and seeing some unbelievable growth on his new profile as well. So you started a new alias from scratch, and yeah, you've seen some crazy results. So yeah, welcome, Benny. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thanks so much. And I'm really happy to be part of the program, and it helped me really a lot. So that's what we're talking about today, I guess. And yeah, it's still much stuff to do, but it's starting off really, really good.
Awesome, man. Yeah. Because when you joined, you were fairly experienced to start with. Like you'd seen
Yeah.
quite a lot of production. Like how long you been producing for? Just remind me.
Yeah. So I'm producing for like, I guess 15 years or something, but I started when there was no YouTube and nothing. So I had no musical training and nothing. I was like buying me a synthesizer. That was a Groovebox where you had 12 channels, five for synths and I guess the rest for drums and stuff. And I learned everything on that little small thing. And after that, I switched to using a DAW. And my first DAW was Reason
Sure.
4 or 5, I guess. It was so complicated and it took me a lot of time to get into music production because there was no help. I read books and stuff like that.
Mm.
But if you were not trained, it will take a lot of time. So,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
not like it is now where
Yeah.
everybody's got a YouTube channel showing tutorials but even still, like there's
Yeah.
only so far those can get you right. Because
I also I also was in a small town, so I had not really a community or something
mm,
to share experience, and it was like grinding on my own all the time.
yeah, I know that feeling, man. When I was
Yeah.
starting out, I didn't have anybody. All my friends were like finance bros, so they weren't exactly the most helpful. But yeah, I mean, we see like quite a few people in similar situation to you, where they've been doing it alone and they do have some experience, but they just hit that kind of plateau somewhere. So for you, like, what do you feel was? I guess before we started working together, like, what do you feel were the things that you were most struggling with?
Yeah. So I guess I was in that point in my career with my old branding where I was not really happy about my brand because I had that brand from the beginning and I developed as a person. My artist journey developed a lot and it was not fitting anymore. So I was unhappy because of that. And also, I was like struggling with marketing and stuff like that and social media a lot. So I had some success with my other projects in the past. So I got played by Above and Beyond, Cosmic Gate, Armin, but only here and there. And I did not really know what can I get out of that. So how can I move on and take the next step? And that's where I was searching online for solutions like how can I develop my brand and make a brand new brand, and also how can I do some marketing to get my music out there, and also like making that really as a business in the future, because I don't want to do it as a hobby. I want to
Sure.
do it full time in some place in the future. And then I guess I discovered your thing about, or from Simon, because he mentioned that to me or in the comments or something in his YouTube videos.
Mm,
And that's where I was checking out your course. And then we had a chat and I explained to you everything what I do at the moment, and like that I struggle a lot with the stage 2 stuff, with the marketing stuff, because
yeah.
my music production stuff was already decent, I guess. I learned a lot of new tricks on stage 1 as well.
Mm,
But stage 2 was the most interesting thing, and that's also why I asked so many questions about stage 2, and we still were on stage 1. But yeah,
sure.
I was really happy when stage 2 kicked off, and I got like into all the videos you recorded and all the sessions, the live sessions, and of course Tim was a really big help as well, because I talked to him so much about my strategies and everything. So and that point, I was like thinking about my new artist name, my branding, my social media, and I had an idea, but the course helped me to take that idea and put it out and on the right kind of place, if that makes sense. So I
Right.
had my
Yeah.
logo design, and I'm not bad at that. I learned everything on my own and I make everything on my own. So I'm a one-man army, I guess. But
Yeah.
I was really struggling with, okay, I have a really good package. I'm a good kind of producer. My branding looks cool, but how can I take that and present that to the world so that people will discover me?
Yeah.
That was my biggest issue.
That's very interesting because a lot of producers, I'm sure people watching this can definitely relate to that as well. And just for everybody who doesn't know what stage 1, stage 2, or Tim or Simon are, just to fill you in our program, we have like 2 stages. The first is like making sure you actually have good music, and like for people like Benny who are already quite experienced, that you might feel that you're not going to learn much there, but there are still things that can really help, and the feedback and whatnot. But then the second phase is then once you have good music, what do you do? How do you promote it? And so many people think that they already have good music, but like this is why it's important to do both. But you do get access to it straight away anyway. Tim is one of my head coaches and a co-founder of MPA, so he also is very hands-on and involved in the process, especially during the second phase. And Simon is also one of our coaches as well. But yeah, to that point, when you started the stage 2 stuff, you've seen some like crazy results, and particularly because, as you mentioned, you started a new brand and identity, and I see the merch as well, which I'm loving already.
It's just a test print.
Yeah, do you want to like just talk us through like what's been happening since adopting these new strategies?
So like in the course you are presenting a lot of different topics, and I was like digging deep into everything. And in the beginning it was like I hated marketing and all this kind of social media stuff. I just wanted to produce music, and that was also because I didn't understand the marketing thing so much, and it's hard to do the research on your own. So what I also want to mention is a huge benefit of that thing is the community and the feedback. Also from stage 1, that you have people who you can talk to with the same kind of problems, and people who fix those problems already. That was like, I think that was maybe the best thing, because I was not feeling alone anymore, struggling in my room here. I was like being a part of something and growing with all the other members of that course, and that's also cool.
I guess, especially if you didn't have that for so many years, being in the small town and being on your own, like that must have been really good.
Being a music producer can sometimes be a really mental struggle when you are alone. So you are depressed sometimes here and there when you don't see results and you put everything into it. But yeah, on the stage 2 thing, I was like watching all the courses and did everything, and also had a lot of communications with Tim, and he helped me to make ads, for example, and make it like that they are good. So that's what I used in the beginning to make my social media appearance. So like I said, the thing is, I started from scratch, and with 0 followers on Spotify, on everything, on SoundCloud, on everything. So, and then I applied some or what I've done is I prepared some tracks. I produced a little bit, and I had some releases coming on a good kind of label. And I also produced some bootlegs. And I used this bootlegs, and it was mind-blowing to me. I used the bootlegs for my kind of marketing strategy for Spotify, and also for making like attention on social media. And that worked so well with all the tricks I learned on stage 2, because there was so much covered about what kind of ad should you make, how you can promote your SoundCloud, what is a download gate, and all this kind of stuff. I didn't knew anything about that, because I'm just being a producer. And now I'm like feeling really confident about my strategies. It's still much work to do, because it's still much to do if you are on your own and you don't have a team. But I'm doing everything step by step, and it was so mind-blowing that it worked so good. I get messages and followers every day, and I like got played by Cosmic Gate again with my new brand. And
hell yeah, man.
Yeah, also some DJs playing my stuff already. And I only have 1 release out, and I guess 2 bootlegs. There's another one coming now, and my release plan is full till the end of the year. So I prepared everything. And of course, you have to put in the work. You have to learn that stuff.
Sure, yeah.
That's normal. But if you do it and if you try it, then it works really well. And in the beginning, I felt really overwhelmed by all the information about the marketing stuff. It's more than just, make a reel and then upload it on Instagram and it will work. It's a lot more than that.
That's
and it
what
also,
so many people just say. I honestly,
yeah,
yeah, you
and
just make stuff. And
I tried that in the past and it didn't work. So,
right. Yeah.
For example, a funny thing is I also I'm using TikTok as a second social media thing. I'm mainly focused on Instagram, but I upload some stuff on TikTok as well. And my latest video or my latest reel I did with the strategies from Tim, and it got 18K plays like overnight, and I got like 200 to 300 followers in a few hours.
Just from one post, right?
Yeah, my phone was going crazy, so follow us every few minutes.
You got to turn those notifications off, man. But yes.
Yeah. So in the past it wasn't like that, so I had them on. But yeah, I'm still trying. So it's not like when you want to develop your marketing stuff, it has to fit to yourself and to your brand. You can't just copy things one to one and do this. Oh, then now this is the trend, and now this is the trend. You need to, like in music production, if something inspires you, take it and make it your own. And that's also with marketing. So I took the strategies from Tim and from the course and also from other people I observed, but I give them my own twist, as the same with my music. And I think when you get into that and understand the concept of the basics, and then you can apply the concept to yourself, then you feel really comfortable. And that's where I am right now. I have a lot of work to do, but I'm not really struggling anymore with, oh, how should I do this, or what kind of video should I do there, and all this kind of stuff. So everyone has to find his own strategy, I guess, because some people don't want to show their faces, and another people want to show this and that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess I had the benefit that I was at that point with my last project and my first project. I was like unhappy, and I took like nearly 1 year before I took your course to plan my brand, my marketing and everything. So like the colors and all this kind of detail stuff. But then when I was joining your course, and after the stage 1, I had like nearly everything ready to go. I just need to apply the techniques. Sure, and that was my benefit, that it took off so fast, because I prepared everything a year before. But if you join the stuff and just start with all that, maybe the growing is a little bit slower than my growing right now, but it really helped.
Everybody's journey is going to be different, you know.
Yeah.
You get people that they've never even posted before sometimes, or
exactly.
They might be quite experienced. They've been posting a lot, but maybe posting all completely the wrong stuff. But just having that flow, that strategy, and knowing what to do is really important. Now, yeah, obviously we're not going to post stuff for you or make videos for you. You still have to, as you say, put in the work, and the work never stops. Because you've got to keep
learning never stops as well. So
of course,
everything is changing all the time, and you need to adapt new stuff and new skills. And it's hard to just produce music and do nothing else and make a living out of it. That's nearly impossible. You need to make a very popular track and have some luck, and then maybe it's possible. But I don't want to rely on luck, so I want to take it in my own hands. That's why that's like feeling better now. And also what I think is, and that's what I tell everyone I know in the music production scene, is what also helps is mentoring. Because you can look on YouTube for, especially for music production and something, but it's a different kind of thing if you can ask someone, send them a track and get some good feedback on that, and having a conversation about your problems and topics. That helps so much. Like, I think Tim is annoyed at the moment, maybe because I'm like spamming him mails and WhatsApp messages. But that's what I'm here for. So I'm trying to absorb every information. So
you'd be foolish if you weren't asking.
Yeah, exactly.
Making the most of it. I mean, whenever I've just joined a program on YouTube myself, and I'm there like hammering all the questions. It's like, I'm going to get my money's worth here. But that's the thing. The people that ask questions and really get that feedback, because honestly, like, you might see a technique or will watch a video or whatever, or be on a call, for example, and I might explain something, or anybody might be explaining something, and you're like, cool, I get this, but then you don't actually really get, there's some sort of miscommunication in some way. The translation didn't quite convert from what they said into your brain properly, or whatever it might be. There can just be like very little subtle things that actually can make quite a large difference in the strategy. So having someone to be like, yep, that's right, or wait, whoa, just swap that around is really, really important. Even if you are like understanding the concepts, like the actual application does require like that, I guess, third perspective to really hone in, but like, yeah, make sure you're doing it this way or swap that around. So yeah, we're always there for your questions, and we respond in a prompt manner for the most part, when possible. But yeah, that's awesome. And I guess like for you, like how does it feel knowing that, like, even though it's only been, we're not even fully through stage 2 yet, but even though we're like 2 months into the second phase, you're already seeing like the DJ support from people like Cosmic Gate. You're already seeing that growth. You got the signings.
It's incredible.
People DMing you. Like for you, like how does that feel compared to where you were when you started?
It feels amazing because just before I contacted you about the course, I was on this point where I was so frustrated that from the marketing stuff, that it also the frustration was going over to my music as well. And because of that, I had writer's block. I was not motivated to do music because I thought, it's not gonna work. The track could be good, but it's not gonna work. And like I said, that was so frustrating. But with all the knowledge I gained right now, I'm in such a motivational flow now, and I'm like, I don't need to force myself now to make music or marketing stuff anymore, because I know how it works and what I need to do. It's a lot of work to do, but I know what I need to do, and that's the good thing about it. And also when people like Cosmic Gate or other DJs play my music, that feels always great, because they are one of the big reasons I make music. Because in the late 90s, when I was a kid and watching MTV and Viva and Love Parade and all this kind of stuff, I was like, whoa, Cosmic Gate, ATB, those guys, I want to make music like them. And so it's like an honor that they play my music right now. And I also had a chat with them on Instagram and got their promo email and stuff like that, so it's really amazing.
So probably more tunes they're going to be playing from you, I guess.
Yeah, maybe they downloaded already some new bootlegs. Well, maybe they will play it, I don't know, but at least they downloaded it, so it's a good sign.
That's the thing, you've got that connection there, and I guess like, someone who's like an inspiration for you now playing your music and you're speaking to them.
I guess it's also a big thing was also like how you present yourself on social media, because your music can be the best music ever in quality, but if everything looks not nice or not really like a brand or professional, then people will like think you are not professional. It doesn't matter what kind of music you make. And now I fixed that on stage 2, especially in the beginning. I made like a video shoot and also made some kind of photo shooting with professional pictures. I made it by myself with my camera, but they look good, I guess.
Yeah.
And now my profile looks very professional. And because of that, people from my ads or from my posts come to my page and they see, oh, this guy is serious. So they will follow me and they think, oh, your stuff is cool. And also in the past, before I know all that and applied it to my strategy, I was like always searching for singers or other producers or someone to chat about music. And now I receive so many messages, I can't really respond to any message. So it's ridiculous. I don't want to like sound like that, but I just want to...
Well, it's a good problem to have where you have too many opportunities.
Yeah, I'm not famous or something, but for me, it's something really special, because in 15 years of production, that never happened. And in just a few weeks, applying some techniques, everything changed. And that's still something I need to get my brain ready for that. Or how can I say it in English? I don't know, because I'm from Germany, by the way. I guess you can hear it. But
well, there's definitely very exciting few months and years ahead of you with this game. Now, obviously, it is a marathon, not a sprint, and I think you like many other people that do actually end up working with us, you are very aware of the fact that, you do have to put in the work. You do have, you're not just going to sign up and then suddenly, you're headlining Tomorrowland without doing anything. Like, it doesn't work like that. And anybody that does say that is, well, come on, please. It doesn't work like that. But with that being said, like, for you, like, and I want you to be ambitious, but realistic here. What do you feel like you are going to do or achieve in 2026 where you could look back and be like, I absolutely smashed it in 2026? Because I think there's a lot of exciting things coming for you.
Yeah, I personally think that I will get some releases on some of the labels I'm dreaming of course.
Such as
Colorize or Sakura. I'm still grinding for that, and they're very picky, but yeah, maybe I will get that. And also I have my first gig at the end of December, which is cool. And I also think that I may be able to get some more gigs next year. And I'm also having a shop with presets and samples and stuff like that. And I'm doing a whole rebrand there as well with the strategies. And I'm having a lot of cool stuff coming there as well. So I think next year I will get finally some income from my music business, and maybe on 2027 I can like reduce my job, and maybe on 2028 I can quit my job.
Okay, so
that's really ambitious, but I'm grinding hard.
I think you could be more ambitious than that, man. I mean, if you get the samples and presets properly popping, and by the way, with some of the new additions we're going to be adding into the YouTube modules, which, because I know you were mentioning you were wanting to learn more about that.
Yeah.
Some of those additions, you will probably make an absolute killing off the samples. And it's also just money for doing nothing, basically.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, you have to make the video, you have to make the samples, but then just people are buying the samples left, right, and center. So that stuff is going to be incredible for you. So 2028, I think it might be sooner than that for you. And on the topic
would be
of
awesome,
gigs, I would say as well, make sure you've already got a good camera. Make sure you like get lots of content, like the photos, videos, that kind of stuff. Because when you start putting that on your socials, which already look professional, then you're gonna have more people reaching out for gigs.
Yeah.
Like, wow, look at this guy. He's playing 6 shows. He's dropping bangers in the club. Like, everyone's loving it. Then more people are going to want to book you. So yeah, I think for you, it's going to be great. And like, this all feeds the machine, like labels like Colorize and Sakura as well. Like, obviously music quality does matter to them, but they will never say this, but, and no label will ever say this, but like, they also do want to see, like, is this guy or girl the part? Like, are they being professional? Are they doing this seriously? And if you can demonstrate that, which you are, those things will come. And I think, it is just when I got my Sakura signing, I must have sent them like 30 or 40 demos until they said yes. So they are incredibly picky, but like it will come with time for sure. And I know you're in the right way.
Yeah, I nearly got one on Sakura, but they didn't like the vocals, and I don't wanted to change them, so I took a different label, and that's the track Cosmic Gate played, which is funny. So
there you go, yeah.
Yeah, it was not really fitting 100% to Sakura, and I understand that because they need to have this kind of cohesive music, and it was a little bit sticking out because of the vocal, but I think my style will still fit to Colorize and Sakura. And also what I wanted to mention is now everything feels more like a business circle somehow. So for example, if I do music production, a bootleg, for example, I'm doing the bootleg, so I do production, I do a track, I upload that track, make some ads and download gates and all this kind of stuff. So I get new emails from DJs playing my stuff. That means I could go social proof on social media. That means people will discover me. That means singers and producers will write me because they heard my bootlegs on some other DJ sets, and so on and so on and so on. So I do one thing for my stuff, a reel or a new track or this or that, and everything is so crazy connected that everything grows, and that's like incredible.
It's kind of like somebody thought this out, right?
Yeah, it makes sense now.
Yeah. Well, this all was devised by like us struggling for years and not knowing what the fuck we were doing either, until we were like, you know what, let's really think about this, play the game differently. And this is like I guess what we teach is just the summation of all of the things that we have learned from other people's training and like patched it together in a way that's very specific for music. And I think, yeah, there's like a common conception is like people think that you have to be super famous to be taken seriously, quit your job and all that stuff. But like we like to prove that otherwise. And I think, you know, for you, you've got a very bright future ahead of you with the music side of things. And I reckon, let's say end of 2026, you're going to be out of your job.
Well, that would be sick.
Full-time music.
That would be
maybe
sick, man.
before that. Now, I will tell, like, this situation happened exactly to me. So I was on another mentoring program, and there was a guy called Mike Blackwell. Shout out Mike Blackwell. He's an awesome guy, very inspirational dude. And he was just like, man, you should just, this time next year, you're going to quit your job. And I was thinking at the time, I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then
Yeah.
the time I did actually quit my job, he saw and then he messaged me like, mate, I had a note in my calendar for tomorrow to message you to tell you like the year's up.
Nice.
So I was like, what? So just
Oh,
like
man.
by putting that in your mind,
Yeah.
and like obviously you have to do the work and all of that stuff, but by putting that in your mind, you're going to get there, and like we're there to help
Yeah.
and support. So yeah, you will not be the first and you will not be the last people to have quit via MPA. So let's do it, man. And
Yeah.
you know, keep on doing
course.
what you're doing. There's like more stuff as well, like the monetization modules we're going to share are going to be really important, and of course all the future additional videos and updates and all that fun stuff. But Benny, you're an absolute legend, man. What would you say? So if anybody is watching this and
Yeah.
thinking about like, hey, maybe this is great, what would you say to them? And I'll just pretend I'm not here. Say
Okay,
whatever you want.
you mean about the course or in general?
Yeah, if someone was like struggling and what like was
Okay.
looking for mentoring, like what would you say to them, and then specifically about our course?
I think if you are really dedicated and willing to put in the time to develop yourself and to learn skills and also like go out of your comfort zone, that's really important. And also find a good mentor, maybe in this course, then you are able to get some results you never expected. So because many people are thinking like you need a lot of luck to get a living out of music, but that's also a thing you teach me. You don't need a million fans and a million listeners on Spotify every month to make a decent living with music. And I was never thinking about like that, about the topic. So if you are investing the time, if you're dedicated, if you really are willing to do this, get some good people around you, like here from the course, for example, then you can reach your goals faster than you think, and you can finally reach them, because going alone through the world is not the best option, I guess.
Absolutely not. No. And the thing is, people like for some reason put this like assume that you have to do everything on yourself or you have to know everything, and it's like, well, nobody knows everything. That's the
Yeah.
whole. It's a journey. It's a sprint. So not a sprint. It's a marathon. Not a
Yeah,
sprint.
exactly.
And you know, it's fine to not know things, but like if you sit there and just don't do anything about not knowing important things, then like you're gonna stay stuck. So yeah, man.
I also think don't give up when you are feeling stuck. That's part of the journey as well. And sometimes I'm watching like a course and I only have question marks above my head, and on the next day or the day after, then it finally clicked and it worked. So don't expect to overnight change or something. Like you said, it's a marathon and your brain needs to absorb all the information and like make sense of it.
Right on, man. Well, that's the thing. Like, it's not easy, but
Yeah,
it can be made
it's not
much
easy.
easier once you have the strategies and you have the stuff that works, right? And you know, we're there to hold your hand the whole way. So if you are still with us and you're thinking, I love the sound of this and want to get in touch, read the description. There are specific instructions there on how you can work with us. Now, we do have some options available. There's the accelerator, which is a little bit more like accessible, which you can join. That's a good place to start if you're just wanting some feedback and learning some tips here and there. But if you're wanting the full structure, the full shebang, the thing that Benny's doing, and the results that come with that, of course, then check out the second option as well from the Professional House and Techno Producer Program. That's what's going to get you to where you want to be. But we don't work with everybody, so let's have a chat about it first. This is for house and techno producers. So if as long as you're under that umbrella, like if you're like, well, what about tech house? What about progressive house or stuff? It's totally fine. 4 to the floor music with also breakbeat as well, like melodic breakbeat, not drum and bass, not dubstep, not jazz. You can apply the principles to those genres, but it's not our specialty. So if you are a house and techno producer, you are serious, you're going to put in the work, read the description, get in touch, and let's take it from there. And Benny, my light just went off in perfect time.
Perfect.
Benny, it was a pleasure, and keep smashing it. You're going to see some awesome things this year, and I can't wait.
We'll talk at the end of 2026 if I made it or not.
I'm going to put a note in my calendar right now, like Mike did for me, and I want you to tell me before then that has happened. Otherwise, we're going to have problems.
Yeah.
But no, you got this, man. I believe in you.
Thanks.
All right, Benny. Well, I'll let you get back to it. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And everybody, thanks for checking this out. And we'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.
Yeah, bye.